To find something hidden in the darkness, you must first become a part of that darkness. Welcome back to Vantablack. Today, we enter the fortress of one of the most feared men on earth, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, also known as El Mencho, which was thought to be untouchable. However, this time our target is not his life, but the wealth he left behind. In the heart of the Mexican mountains, in those depths that even satellites could not see, the entire bloody past of an empire was imprisoned inside a concrete safe. Today, the covers of that safe are being opened by the government for the first time. If you are ready, we are descending into those depths where light does not reach and where even the sound of money does not echo. El Mencho was not a classic drug lord. He was a logistics genius and an obsessive security expert. While other cartel leaders melted their money in shell companies in Panama or secret accounts in Switzerland, Mencho knew one thing very well. Everything digital leaves a trace one day. While the cyber units of the Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Central Intelligence Agency, and the Drug Enforcement Administration scanned the world, Mencho transformed his wealth into a physical reality rather than a digital one. Gold, cash, and diamonds. He turned the steep and untouched mountains of Jalisco into an underground labyrinth. This place was used not just as a shelter, but as a massive physical bank. These regions, protected by the most loyal men of the cartel Jalisco new generation, resembled ecosystems closed to the outside world. The money was packed in special vacuum packaging against moisture and decay, and stacked in reinforced concrete rooms meters below the ground. Mencho could touch his money, but the world only suspected the existence of that money. No fortress falls unless it is opened from the inside. It is not a coincidence that the Mexican Special Forces reached this point. A major leak began in the depths of the intelligence world. One of the most trusted accountants of the cartel switched sides out of fear of execution. The information given was simple but shocking. Where the mountain cries, the heart of money beats. This encrypted message was combined with thermal scans of satellites over Jalisco. Heat changes out of the ordinary in the region proved that massive ventilation systems were operating underground. The Mexican army assigned its most elite units, the GOPs, for the operation. According to the information received, the operation was so secret that even the telephones of the soldiers participating in the operation were collected. However, although no one was sure what they would encounter, they moved with great determination. The raid began before dawn, in those gray hours when clouds hide the mountains. The engine sounds of the helicopters were camouflaged by the howling of the wind. When the first tunnel entrance was detonated, the resistance was weaker than expected, because even the men of Mencho believed that the location of this safe would never be found. At the end of the dusty and damp tunnels, the soldiers reached that door. They were faced with a custom-made steel door weighing 10 tons. Explosives were placed. When that deafening noise of metal hitting metal subsided, the light of the flashlights illuminated not a dream, but a nightmare. Pallets full of United States of America dollars stacked to the ceiling almost glowed in their hiding place. $100 bills with the serial numbers and seals of the cartel on them. In the corner, hundreds of gold bars, each of which cost a human life. This was the largest cash wealth seized at one time in the history of Mexico. The counting took so long that special armored vehicles made trips to the region for a long time. This money was proof that a cartel possessed the power to buy not just drugs, but a country. So, what happens now? The Mexican government took this massive wealth into the body of the Institute to return stolen goods to the people. It is thought that this money will be used to rebuild the communities that the cartel destroyed. But the truth is, the emptying of the safe of Mencho shows that there is more than just money. This was the end of his legend of untouchability. If the money of a former leader passes into the hands of the state, other cartels are now new targets. Right now, there is a silence in the mountains of Jalisco. But this is not a silence of peace. The emptied safe of Mencho ignited the fuse of a new conflict in the underground world. Other cartels have already started to strangle each other for the remaining crumbs. Did the state win? Or did it just open the safe of a greater chaos? Time will tell. Your wealth can save you, but it can never hide you. The empty safe left behind by El Mencho may be the beginning of the end for the other cartels of Mexico. In Vantablack, we will continue to follow not only the money, but also the dark stories behind that money. Where the lights go out, we are here. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and be included in the archive. See you soon.